Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone else's life and quietly wondered, what am I doing wrong? Maybe you see people buying houses, building careers, traveling the world, falling in love, or reaching goals that still feel very far away from where you are right now. And maybe, little by little, you started feeling pressure without even noticing it. A strange feeling that says, you should already be more successful, more accomplished, more confident, or more certain about your future. But what if the problem is not your effort, your intelligence, or your potential? What if the real problem is that you have been following someone else's definition of success this entire time? In this episode, we are going to explore why so many people secretly feel like failures, even when they are trying their best. You will improve your English naturally through listening, shadowing, and emotional immersion. But you may also discover something important about your own life, your priorities, and the kind of success that actually feels meaningful to you. And if this lesson gave you something useful, I'd love it if you tapped like and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay connected, and it also helps this little learning community grow. Every click really does make a difference. With love, let's dive in. Are you secretly comparing yourself every day? Comparison is strange because sometimes it happens so quietly that we barely notice it. You scroll through social media for a few minutes and suddenly your life starts feeling smaller. Someone else seems richer, happier, healthier, more attractive, more successful, or more confident than you. Another person looks like they already know exactly what they are doing with their future, while you still feel confused or uncertain. And slowly, without realizing it, your mind starts turning other people's lives into a measurement for your own worth. But here is the dangerous part. You are usually comparing your private struggles to somebody else's public highlights. You are comparing your hardest moments to carefully selected moments that other people choose to show online. The truth is, many people who appear successful from the outside still feel stressed, emotionally exhausted, lonely, or deeply unhappy inside. Sometimes the reason you feel behind is not because you are failing. Sometimes it is because you are trying to win a race that was never designed for your happiness in the first place. Who told you what success should be? Think carefully about this question for a moment. Who actually decided what success means? Was it your family, school, society, social media? Maybe over time, you slowly accepted certain ideas without questioning them. Success means money. Success means status. Success means achievements, recognition, productivity, and visible results. And of course, there is nothing wrong with ambition or wanting a better life. Wanting growth is natural, but problems begin when people believe there is only one correct way to succeed. That belief creates pressure, anxiety, and constant self-doubt because no matter how much you achieve, somebody else will always appear more successful than you. And if your definition of success depends completely on comparison, you may never feel satisfied for very long. Imagine spending years chasing goals that look impressive to others, but feel emotionally empty inside you. That kind of success can quietly become exhausting. Maybe real success is not about looking successful to strangers. Maybe it is about building a life that honestly feels right for your own mind, heart, values, and emotional well-being. Could peace be greater than achievement? Many people spend years chasing achievement because they believe success will finally bring peace into their lives. They tell themselves things like, "When I make more money, I will finally relax. When I achieve more, I will finally feel enough. When people recognize me, I will finally feel proud of myself." But life does not always work that way. Some people achieve everything they dreamed about and still feel emotionally tired, anxious, disconnected, or deeply overwhelmed inside. That is why more and more people are starting to redefine success in a different way. For them, success means peace. It means waking up without constant stress controlling the mind. It means having emotional balance, healthy routines, enough rest, and enough mental space to enjoy life again. It means protecting your energy instead of constantly proving your worth to everybody else. Achievement matters, of course, but maybe achievement without peace is incomplete. Because what is the value of success if your mind feels exhausted every single day while trying to maintain it? What if freedom is real success? For some people, success is not really about luxury, attention, or social status at all. It is about freedom. Freedom to choose how they live, how they work, who they spend time with, and what kind of life they want to create. Many people secretly dream about a life where they no longer feel emotionally trapped by pressure, rigid schedules, or endless expectations. They want enough time to breathe, think clearly, rest properly, and enjoy ordinary moments without feeling guilty for slowing down. But modern life often teaches people the opposite. It teaches them to stay busy all the time, to keep chasing bigger goals, and to measure self-worth through productivity alone. And slowly, many people become disconnected from themselves without realizing it. Maybe true success is having enough freedom to live according to your own values instead of constantly trying to impress others. Because if reaching success costs your mental health, your relationships, your peace, and your happiness, then maybe the question is not whether you succeeded. Maybe the real question is whether the destination was worth the sacrifice at all. Why do you always feel behind? Have you ever noticed how easy it is to feel late in life? Maybe somebody your age already seems successful, married, financially stable, confident, or completely sure about their future, while you still feel uncertain about your next step. And because of that, a quiet fear begins growing inside your mind. Am I too late? Did I waste too much time? Should I already be doing better than this? But maybe life is not supposed to follow one single timeline. Maybe the pressure you feel comes from invisible expectations created by society rather than reality itself. Some people discover confidence at 20, others at 40. Some people find meaningful work early in life, while others spend years exploring before finally understanding what truly matters to them. Growth does not happen on a fixed schedule. Life moves differently for everyone, and maybe the reason you feel behind is because you are measuring your personal journey using somebody else's calendar instead of respecting the timing of your own growth. What happens when success feels empty? Sometimes people achieve the exact things they once dreamed about and still feel strangely unhappy. This can feel confusing because society teaches us to believe that success automatically creates fulfillment. We imagine ourselves reaching a goal and finally feeling complete, peaceful, or deeply satisfied. But what happens when the achievement arrives and something still feels missing? The answer is often uncomfortable. Sometimes success feels empty because the dream was never truly ours in the first place. Maybe it belonged to social expectations, family pressure, or comparison. Maybe we chased something because we thought it would finally make us feel worthy enough. But external success cannot always solve internal emptiness. A better salary cannot automatically heal emotional exhaustion. Recognition cannot always replace peace. Achievement cannot always remove loneliness. This is why learning to ask deeper questions matters. Not just, what do I want to achieve? But also, what kind of life actually feels meaningful to me? Because sometimes the biggest mistake is climbing a mountain only to realize it was the wrong one. Could your priorities change over time? One of the most surprising things about life is that success often changes meaning as we grow older. What felt important 10 years ago may not feel important anymore. Maybe there was a time when achievement, recognition, money, or proving yourself mattered more than anything else. But over time, many people begin valuing completely different things. Peace becomes important. Health matters more. Strong relationships feel more meaningful. Emotional stability starts feeling more valuable than endless ambition. And this does not mean you are becoming weak or unmotivated. It simply means you are evolving. Growth often changes priorities. The difficult part is that many people continue chasing old dreams that no longer fit the person they have become. They stay attached to goals that made sense years ago, even when their heart quietly wants something different now. Maybe part of becoming wiser is giving yourself permission to redefine success instead of feeling trapped by an old version of yourself that no longer feels true. Are you trying too hard to impress? Many people spend years trying to look successful instead of trying to feel fulfilled. They worry about appearances, achievements, titles, expensive things, and other forms of visible proof because deep down, they want validation. They want to feel respected, admired, accepted, or seen as valuable. And honestly, this feeling is very human. Most people want approval in some way. But here is the problem. If your self-worth depends completely on what other people think, peace becomes almost impossible to keep. There will always be someone who judges you, misunderstands you, or thinks you should be doing more. That pressure never fully disappears. At some point, many people quietly ask themselves an important question. Am I building a life I genuinely enjoy, or a life that only looks impressive from the outside? Because sometimes people appear successful to everyone around them while secretly feeling emotionally disconnected from their own happiness. And that kind of success can feel surprisingly lonely. What if slow progress is still success? We live in a world that often celebrates fast results. People love dramatic success stories, quick transformations, and visible achievements. Because of that, slow progress can sometimes feel disappointing. You work hard, you try your best, but life still moves more slowly than you hoped. And little by little, frustration begins growing. But what if slow progress is not failure at all? What if growing slowly is still growing? Real change often happens quietly. Confidence develops slowly. Healing takes time. Emotional growth is usually invisible at first. Becoming stronger mentally often happens through small moments that nobody else notices. Maybe success is not about moving quickly. Maybe it is about continuing to move forward, even during confusing seasons of life. Sometimes survival itself is progress. Sometimes learning patience is progress. And sometimes simply refusing to give up, even when life feels uncertain, is already proof that you are growing more than you realize right now. Why does nobody talk about inner success? When people talk about success, the conversation usually focuses on things that others can easily see: money, promotions, achievements, beautiful houses, expensive vacations, or impressive careers. But what about the things people cannot see? What about emotional strength, self-respect, inner peace, confidence, healing, patience, or learning how to protect your mental well-being? These forms of success are often invisible, yet they may be some of the most important victories a person can ever achieve. Think about someone who finally learned to stop doubting themselves after years of insecurity, or someone who slowly rebuilt their confidence after difficult experiences, or somebody who learned how to set healthy boundaries and protect their peace. These changes may not look dramatic from the outside, but inside, they can completely transform a life. Maybe success is not only about what the world applauds. Maybe success is also about becoming the kind of person who finally feels emotionally safe, calm, and proud of who they are becoming. Could you define success your own way? What if success does not need permission from society? What if you are allowed to create your own definition instead of following expectations that never truly felt right for you? For one person, success may mean building a business and achieving financial freedom. For another person, success may mean raising a happy family, improving mental health, traveling more, helping others, or simply creating a peaceful daily life. None of these goals are wrong. The real problem begins when people start believing there is only one correct path, because life is personal, happiness is personal, meaning is personal. And maybe your dream does not need to look impressive to other people in order to be valuable. Maybe what matters most is whether your life feels meaningful to you. Imagine how different life could feel if you stopped asking, "How successful do I look?" and started asking, "Does this life honestly feel good to live?" That question alone can quietly change everything. What are you really chasing right now? Sometimes life becomes so busy that we stop asking important questions. We stay focused on goals, routines, responsibilities, and pressure without stopping long enough to reflect. But maybe this is a good moment to pause mentally and ask yourself something honest. What am I truly chasing right now? Is it happiness, security, peace, recognition, approval, stability, purpose? Sometimes people think they are chasing success, but deep down, they are actually chasing acceptance. They want to finally feel enough. They want to feel respected, valued, or proud of themselves. And there is nothing wrong with wanting those feelings. But if you do not understand what you are really searching for, you may spend years running in the wrong direction without realizing it. Maybe real growth begins with honesty, not judgment, not pressure, just honest self-reflection. Because understanding what truly matters to you can help you stop chasing empty goals and start building a life that actually feels emotionally meaningful. Could feeling lost be completely normal? Here is something many people secretly feel afraid to admit. Sometimes life feels confusing. Sometimes you are trying your best and still do not know whether you are moving in the right direction. You see other people appearing confident and certain, while your own future still feels unclear. And because of that, you start worrying that something must be wrong with you. But maybe feeling lost is not proof that you are failing. Maybe it is proof that you are growing. Growth often feels uncomfortable because old ideas stop fitting while new answers have not fully arrived yet. Life transitions can feel messy, uncertain, and emotionally tiring. But uncertainty does not always mean danger. Sometimes it simply means change. Maybe you are not behind. Maybe you are just in the middle of becoming someone new. And maybe success is not about always knowing exactly where you are going. Maybe success is having the courage to keep moving forward, even while life still feels unclear. What if you are already doing better? Before this episode ends, let me leave you with one final thought. What if you are already doing better than you think? Maybe you have survived difficult moments nobody fully understands. Maybe you kept going through uncertainty, disappointment, fear, or emotional exhaustion, even when giving up felt easier. Maybe your progress has been quieter than other people's, slower than expected, or harder to notice but still meaningful. Success is not always loud. Sometimes success looks like healing. Sometimes it looks like patience. Sometimes it looks like trying again after failure, protecting your peace, learning healthier habits, or simply refusing to stop believing in yourself completely. You do not have to live somebody else's dream in order to have a meaningful life. Your journey is allowed to look different. Your priorities are allowed to change. And maybe the most important kind of success is not becoming someone everybody admires. Maybe it is becoming someone who finally feels at peace with who they truly are. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.